Peace. Welcome back. It's O.G.B.O. And today I'm talking more on Omega Man codes. Look, this is a story dealing with the word love. This is my personal experience. Going back to, I think, about 2010, my routine at that time was on Sunday, I get my boys dressed and I go over and pick my dad up and we all go to the mosque. This particular Sunday, for whatever reason, I had to discipline one of my children, one of my sons. After I disciplined him and I'm explaining to him why, I told him I loved him. And for whatever reason, it popped up in my head that I never recalled my dad telling me he loved me. So when I went and picked Pop up and we go to the mosque, after the mosque ended and everything, I'm driving him back home and I started a conversation with him and I told him, Dad, I explained to him what happened earlier that day and I was telling him that I can't recall a time where he ever told me he loved me. And I told him, I'm not upset with you or anything like that. It's just something that crossed my mind that I never thought about. And I told him, I bet your dad never told you he loved you. And after that, we both kind of got quiet for the rest of the way. When I pulled up to his house, I looked over as he's getting out the van, and his eye a little moist. And he tell me, he said, "You're right. My dad never told me he loved me." And he paused for a couple of seconds, and he go to exit the van, and he tell me he loved me. What is it about black culture and black men that make us feel that there's something wrong with showing love to other black men? What is it about us that make us feel that to tell your son or tell your brother or tell your father that you love them, that means you're soft or you teaching them to be soft? Where that come from? And when you look out into our community and you see how we interact with each other, it's evident that that's missing with our people. Some of us were killed over nothing. Some of us just have this built up hatred towards other black men. You look at a guy and that's almost grounds to kill. Why you looking at me? Yeah. We have to unlearn that because it's destroying us as black men. It's destroying our families, and it's corrupting the thoughts of our children, our young boys growing up in our image and our likeness with this hardness in them. You know, it's okay to have feelings. It's okay to show love. It's nothing soft about that. It's nothing girly about that. Now, when you are overly emotional to the point where you breaking down and you crying, and it's okay to cry too, but I think we all can agree it's a point where you kind of got to check it a little bit. But it's nothing wrong with showing feelings. There's nothing wrong with teaching your sons that it's okay to say I love you. There's nothing wrong with that. And while I'm on that topic, because it goes deeper. I was in prison maybe 2 or 3 years, and my dad and my aunt come to visit me, and I go to hug my dad. I haven't seen him in like 2 or 3 years. I go to hug him and he kind of push off on me. Like, son, you don't be doing that. And I kind of laughed because I understood what he was saying. You know, it's not that he didn't want to hug me. You know, he just, I guess he thought, you know, the guys would think I was soft and try me or something. You know, at the time I'm laughing though because I'm like maybe 19 or 20. I'm in the Nation of Islam. I'm the captain in the nation. I got maybe 25, 30 soldiers under my command. and and all of us show love. That's one thing. And that's I'm very grateful for the Nation of Islam because my whole thought process, my orientation, everything that I give or I offer of value is rooted in OI teachings. Being in that brotherhood is the first time I've been around men that I knew genuinely loved me. Brothers I didn't grow up with from different cities, different states, different age groups, you know, all showing love. And at moment notice would lay their life down for each other. You know, that type of love we have to have, not just in the mosque. We have to have that in the neighborhood. We have to have that in the home. We have to have that in the community. We have to have a strong love for our people. And when you love your people and when you love your brother, it makes it very difficult to disrespect your brother. You understand? So let's get back to the love, yo. Let's get back to teaching love. Let's get back to telling our sons first and primary. I mean, first and utmost. Let's get back to telling our sons, "I love you." Peace.